Hey Libra, welcome to Divine Conversations. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Eric. If you are new to the channel, welcome. It is very, very nice to meet you. And if you're returning, what's up, guys? So, welcome to your Spirit Monthly Messages. Yes, please keep in mind that even though this is, the time is an illusion, energies are fluid, so just because this is mainly for the month of July 2020, it doesn't really have to just be that. It could be any time. And also keep in mind, guys, that this is a general reading, yeah? So, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right, Libra, I've got your pre-shuffle here, so let's just get into it. Now, the first thing I want to say, first things first. If you have missed my comment on this previously, your love reading for July, which all love readings that I do for my subscribers and all that, that's all found on Patreon, okay? Your love reading is extremely triggering. So please keep that in mind. And I want to mention that, especially even if you're not a Patreon or a patron, whatever you want to call it. Even if you're not over on Patreon with me, I want to make that clear, or I at least want to mention that, because oftentimes, the general energies and the love energies kind of intertwine, and sometimes the messages are fairly similar, all right? And it has everything to do with abuse. Maybe even, the most part I was picking up on sexual abuse. Okay, so I just want to put that disclaimer out there. It potentially could come out here. And already we have one of the cards that came out in that love reading that really triggered this feeling and this understanding of what we were really talking about in that reading. And that's this King of Pentacles here. Now, keep in mind, guys, that this doesn't have to be that. And honestly, I don't think it really is, because we have... what Spirit is saying here is what we're talking about, at least in the pre-shuffle here, is a counterpart situation. And let me explain to you why. At first, you have the King of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands here is representing a physical transformation. Is also representing someone getting to know themselves better, re-identifying themselves. There is... someone has been playing a game, and this is someone on the masculine side of the equation. Now, this could be you speaking towards like your inner sense of masculine and feminine energy. Everybody has masculine and feminine energy within, but we all do kind of express one more dominantly than the other. Like me personally, I express femininity more than masculinity. Like that's just my dominant form of expression. Although I've been working on balancing and integrating the energy, so I have a good balance right now, but ultimately I'm predominantly feminine, right? Okay. What we're talking about here is this person that is coming out right now is more predominantly masculine. Whether they're actually a man or a woman, it doesn't really matter. But it seems that this person is going through a period in their life cycle right now where they're re-identifying themselves. And it's what's catalyzing this, what's starting this, what's causing this sense of introspection and looking at yourself, sizing yourself back up or whatnot, whatever, is a feeling of inadequacy. And quite frankly, Libra, this could be you, or maybe this is someone you're connected to, or maybe you're cross-watching for someone or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a general reading. Take it as it resonates. But here, it feels like whatever it is that is being re-identified, or is being faced at this moment, is something that is deeply, deeply rooted. Now, if you did resonate with that love reading on Patreon, or if you do resonate with that love reading on Patreon, then this could actually be you facing the effects of this, whatever oppression or abuse we were talking about in that reading. You could be facing that. And you could be realizing just how much the abuse of this predator type energy, which is this King of Pentacles right here, how that abuse has helped to shape your life. Okay? Let me say this also. Overall energy, you do have the Two of Swords, okay, at the bottom of the deck. And quite frankly, Libra, I feel like this Two of Swords energy being at the bottom of the deck is you coming out of a space of denial or illusion. Normally, the Two of Swords is about denial or not being able to see clearly. And so, but my cards are not reversed. I don't really read reversals unless I free shuffle and they fall out that way. Everything else is upright. So I'm 441. I am strictly going on intuitively based readings here. And so I feel like this Two of Swords actually does represent two major things. One is coming out of a sense of illusion or denial, but also the second is not relying on physical circumstances, or maybe what others tell you, or maybe how others are acting outwardly to influence your understanding of what the truth of whatever your situation really is, okay? Now let's get to the other side of the equation. The other side of the equation is the feminine side. We have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen to that King, the Eight of Wands, and then also victory in the Six of Wands. So this could be a counterpart, divine counterpart, twin flame type situation in which the masculines are facing fears of inadequacy, or facing whatever is going on in their lives that is based in lack mentality, and all that kind of stuff, represented by the Five of Pentacles. And the feminine here is all up in her emotional space. She's in her unconditionally loving and psychic, even empathic abilities, or just strong in her emotions. The Queen of Cups can also represent being emotionally balanced and having good emotional boundaries. The Queen of Pentacles is that is embodying the mother and wife archetype. It's also the counterpart to the King of Pentacles, right? And then you have the Eight of Wands with the Six of Wands. So in terms of this counterpart energy that this could be representing here, the feminine side of the equation has got it going on. She's doing the damn thing. She's done a lot of the work that she needed to do to get her to this place where she's solid, stable, and secure, not only physically but emotionally as well. And that's opening up a lot of doorways for her. Okay, keep in mind, the feminine can be male. I am a man physically, but I resonate more with feminine energy. When we're talking about the counterpart situation, whether we're talking about my twin flame or just somebody that I'm romantically attracted to, could say, hey, I might want to have a relationship with you. It's someone, we're talking about someone in terms of that, someone that embodies the masculine counterpart to my feminine. Okay, so that's kind of what we're talking about here. But the feminine here has a real big victory. She has got it going on. And the masculine here is starting to face the music, or face the truth of his situation, face the reality of things. See, and the masculine actually could be in an energy of the rose-colored glasses kind of coming off. Now, when we are talking about that love reading, if you're resonating with this also in a love reading, or also in terms of that love reading, it seems that when you start to face the music and come out of, what the hell is that? Oh, when you come out of this sense of denial, and when you stop focusing on what the physical aspect of the situation is and look at the real truth, what the energy of this situation really says, regardless of how this person, the aggressor here in terms of that situation, regardless of how this person may have gaslit you, may have tried to change the narrative, may have tried to make it look better for themselves than it really had, may have even tried to make you out it to be a liar and all that stuff. When you don't focus on all of that, and you really focus on the truth and what you know is on the situation, and you allow yourself to come out of denial, you then end up being much better off than you expected. Queen of Cups is the emotional balance, and it's the boundaries. Queen of Pentacles is the firm, solid, secure energy, safe and secure within yourself. Eight of Wands is clear, open space. It could even mean communication. So there may be a moment where you will get to confront, or you will need to confront, or at least the person or the people also involved in the cover-up here. But then also, even if you don't get that communication, or even if you don't need that communication, you still have a victory here. And the air is clear for you to move forward and no longer have to be burdened and held back by this any longer. Okay, Libra? That's really good. That is very, very good. That is excellent energy. Because let me tell you guys, I was sobbing. I was sobbing by the end of that reading, because it was just like, it was so emotionally charged. But hey, the life of an empath, right? All right, cool. I'm going to give this one a shuffle, and then we're going to get into the rest of the reading here, you guys. All right. Here we go, Libra. Hi, Spirit. Please make me a clear channel for all Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Please bring forward the best messages to serve the highest good of all involved for our July 2020. Thank you so much, Spirit. All right, guys, I'm giving this 3 shuffles, but Libra, what I'm seeing for you right now is purple, a deep forest purple. Not purple, I'm sorry. Green, a deep forest green. Interesting. Purple is the crown chakra. So purple actually in this case is representing wisdom, intuitive understanding, and higher knowledge. Okay, but what I'm physically actually seeing here for you, Libra, is deep forest green, which would be the color of your heart chakra, and yellow, which would be the color of your solar plexus chakra. There is a heart chakra cleansing and going on here, Libra, that is happening for you. This makes perfect sense. That's happening for you, and that is helping you to no longer be held back. Your willpower no longer be usurped, broken, no longer to feel broken. Boop. But Libra, that is only really going to happen, or it's only really going to take hold if you allow yourself to come out of denial about whatever it is has been stopping you all this time. Regardless of whether that's a twin flame relationship or abuse from a father or a grandfather or an uncle, maybe even a husband, or a friend early in life, something like that, okay? Something has been holding you back. There has been a sense of denial here. And Libra, you are in this moment ready to start facing these situations, to be able to release them. It's really not about getting revenge on your aggressor or the person who abused you. It's really not about that. This is more about freeing yourself from the madness so that you can take flight and do whatever it is you want to do with your life, whatever it is that has been holding you back from doing so, okay? Overall energy, we're starting you off with the King of Wands. Interesting, okay? Underneath the King of Wands, we have the Nine of Swords. All right, I get it. Underneath the Nine of Swords, we have Temperance. And then underneath Temperance, we have the Eight of Swords. So the King of Wands, Libra, is in fact you here. Even regardless of whether this represents Leo or another fire sign or whatnot, the King of Wands is you. The King of Wands is the part of you that needs to be broken down, broken out of jail. Underneath this Eight of Swords here, we have the Devil. So I'm hearing, I think I might even want to title this reading Facing the Music for you, Libra, because that's what I've been hearing throughout this reading. It's like there's this underlying symphony that's playing, and sure, calling something a symphony would denote something beautiful, but it isn't quite beautiful. It's a musical composition that only helps to keep you trapped, only helps to keep you trapped in the mind, in the ego. Okay, now also here, this King of Wands could be someone, the predator. This is really, when you think of a predator, and if any of the kings were going to represent the predator, it would be the King of Wands. And so this could also represent, if you resonate with this on a abuse level, this could be the person that abused you. And the effects of their abuse have been weighing heavily on your mind, have been causing nightmares, has been causing anxiety, deep fear, deep anxiety and whatnot, and kept you in this mental prison with the Eight of Swords, has kept you chained with the Devil here, right? But ultimately, Temperance is at play here, because now, Libra, it really is time to face the music. Okay, for those of you that are resonating with this on a twin flame level, your divine masculine or your masculine counterpart, or you as the masculine here, are also going through a sense of jailbreak. Because what I'm picking up on, and now let me, I'm going to speak to the masculines here, whether you're a Libra or you're a feminine cross-watching for your masculine, and your masculine's a Libra or whatever. To the masculines here, and I'm going to speak to you as if you're watching, because I know some of you do. There are some things that you have wanted to do, and I'm even hearing there are some things that there is a specific type of person that you wanted to be in your life, i.e. your true self, that you have felt anxiety about, because you felt that you, with this Eight of Swords energy here, you couldn't be that person, or at least you might still be in that energy. I feel like I can't be that person is the narrative that I'm hearing. That's not the case. And for those of you that really do feel like you can't be that person, you are in a mental prison that you need to break yourself out of. Both the Eight of Swords and the Devil are energies that you yourself can break yourself free from. You just have to choose to do so. With the Devil here, you just got to stop feeding into the toxic energy. You just got to stop feeding into the codependency and all that stuff. And no longer give your power over to this Devil. The Devil has no power over you unless you physically hand it to him. with the Eight of Swords. All you got to do is shimmy your way over to those swords, because see, you're bound and wrapped up, right? So this woman is bound and wrapped up, but she is surrounded by all these 8 sharp swords, and she's just got to shimmy over to one of them and cut herself free. Obviously, she has to be careful because she could cut herself doing so. But quite frankly, would you rather get a few nicks and cuts here or there, just some minor flesh wounds, in order to break yourself free? Aren't those minor flesh wounds absolutely meaningless in the grand scheme of the fact that you gain your freedom by releasing yourself from this? Now, for others of you that are resonating on it in this way, but you're more on the feminine side, you absolutely could be dealing with breaking free or helping yourself free your own inner masculine energy. Okay? All right, guys. First set of surrounding energies in the first half of your reading here you have, oh, there's that King of Pentacles again. Oh boy. You know, Libra, I'm getting a sense of maturity here with this King of Pentacles energy. And I get a sense of pride, yes, and of ego, but it's in the face of this King of Wands energy. And what I'm getting for you, Libra, is part of your growth process here is to be a representation of what it truly is to be a man, or what it truly is to be a healthy, balanced, and beneficial masculine energy in the face of this overpoweringly, egoically self-centered type version of it, okay? And I'm going to say here, Libra, that is a big glow up. 100%, that's a big glow up. All right? Whether you resonate with this on a twin flame divine counterpart level, or you resonate with this in terms of having been abused in the past. What the King of Pentacles is saying for you right now is you have a chance to really show up as an example of what not to be in terms of masculine energy. That's what I'm getting with the King of Pentacles for you right now. And I kind of feel like you are readily accepting this chance to do so, okay? King of Pentacles is coupled with, yeah, there you go, the Six of Swords. Now all of, ooh, I like this, Libra, because there is some of this also is speaking to leaving the past behind, leaving who this person was behind, and whether this is the predator, the aggressor, because when I did the love reading for you, Libra, it came out as the King of Pentacles was the individual that abused you. So you're leaving this King of Pentacles energy behind, and maybe you're stepping into this King of Wands energy, but in terms of the fact that the King of Wands knows exactly what it is he wants, and is not going to let anybody tell him that he can't do it, is not going to allow anybody to chisel away at his sense of self-belief and self-confidence, so that now his progress is hindered because of somebody else's bullshit. That's what I'm seeing in the King of Wands. And that is the part of the King of Wands that is healthy and beneficial. It's when you get into the extreme ego, all right? Using people, abusing people, completely steamrolling over people just to get what you want. That's the negative. That's the predator in the King of Wands, okay? But that's not the part of the King of Wands that you're embodying, if you're embodying that energy at all. But I feel like the King of Wands, if anything for you, Libra, the King of Wands represents a self-confidence and self-assurity, if that's even a grammatically correct phrase. But you get what I'm saying. But you're leaving the past behind you. You're leaving the old established energy behind, and you're moving on to something bigger and better. Beautiful. Second set of surrounding energies for you, Libra, we have, there we go, the Knight of Wands. There is a true activation here happening for you. And what I feel like, Libra, is this Knight of Wands represents an activation that is directly related to you speaking the truth, or facing the truth, or allowing yourself to accept what the truth of the situation is, regardless to whatever this person has to say about it, okay? King of Wands is coupled with the Four of Pentacles. Your activation really comes forward, or is really allowed to set you free when you let go. And Spirit just said, when you let go of the burdens from the past. And that is absolutely what you seem to be doing. I mean, this Temperance card at the top of the deck here, or I'm sorry, in your overall energy here, is speaking to the integration of positive and negative. And in order to really go through this realchemization process, and even re-identification process that was represented by the Page of Wands that came out in your pre-shuffle, there are some things that you're going to have to accept. There are some things that you're going to have to see for the truth of what they are. Come to terms with it, regardless of whether or not you get a chance to confront this person, regardless as to whether or not you are you are able to hash this out, whether you even want to. Doesn't matter. You don't need that, because this is really just about you. You have to be the one to face the music, see things for what they truly are, and then take steps to handle it yourself, right? So your activation, or the end of, and maybe this is for some of you that are struggling with letting something go, or not necessarily feeling like you've been activated yet. Your activation is going to be further facilitated by you being willing and able to see things as they truly are and to let things go for your own sake. And don't get me wrong, nobody is getting away with anything. Regardless of whether or not you see the consequences of their actions being handed back to them in life, in physical life or not, at some point, that person and you, quite frankly, are going to have to face the music. You're going to have to come to terms with what happened. So just because you may not be seeing this person get their comeuppance, we'll call it, doesn't mean that they're never going to. But that's none of your business. That's not your focus. Your focus needs to be on you and your healing, regardless of what's going on with them. Okay, let the universe handle that shit, right? Because it's only going to stress you out more the more you try and handle it yourself. Okay, your challenge here, Libra, in the first half of your reading. There you go. There you go, Libra, the Hermit. Facing yourself. Facing the inner music. Facing your inner reality. Or also allowing your inner light to shine. Because like I was saying in that love reading, man, this person was abusive. They gaslit you. And that only helped to dim your shine. That only helped to cause you to want to now hide away and not share any of yourself, not really be who you truly are. Sorry, I'm fixing my incense here because it went out and I want it to keep going. And so now the time has come, the walrus says, to face the inner music. You got to face this symphony that's playing inside that is keeping you down, that is keeping your vibrations low. It's almost as if beings of darkness have orchestrated this record, have produced, we'll say it this way, have produced this record for you that they so geniusly hid from you just enough so that you can't find the record player, but you can damn sure hear the music, right? No more. Don't let that happen anymore. Because the only way these forces of darkness can hold on to you is if you continue to allow them to hide that record player from you. Right? Break yourself free, Libra. And the way you break yourself free is you face yourself. You face your music. You start to allow your inner light to shine, no matter how uncomfortable that may be at first. You've got to let your inner light shine, okay? It's what you're meant for. It's why you're here. You're not here to live in the shadow of an old self. You're not here to live in the shadow of, you're damn sure not here to live in the shadow of someone else, right? Mm-hmm. The Hermit in your challenge is coupled with, there you go, the Eight of Cups. Leave the past behind, Libra. And the only way for you to do that, the only way for you to walk away or leave this past behind, Libra, is to face yourself, find your inner light, and let that light shine. Closing message or potential outcome in the first half of your reading here, Libra, we have, oh, that's beautiful, the Ace of Cups. Oh, this is a great way to bring this part of the reading to a close. The universe is literally handing you this opportunity here at this point. And it's kind of begging you to take it. We really want you to experience this love, this unconditional love that you're meant for. That was literally what Spirit just said. We really, truly, honestly believe us that we want you to feel and accept and grow from the nurturance that this unconditional love that you are meant for is so graciously being attempted to hand to you. I hope that was a complete sentence. That made sense. But you know what I'm saying? That's what Spirit is saying. We implore you, please take this cup from us. We love you just as much as we know you can love yourself. And with this Ace of Cups here, we are trying to get you to see that clearly. We're trying to get you to see clearly who you truly are. Not who these other people say that you are, who you truly are, because we love you for who you are. Ace of Cups is coupled with the Queen of Swords. There you are, Libra. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. The Queen of Swords is the cardinal energy of the air signs, and cardinal energy of the air signs is Libra. It could also represent any other air sign, Gemini or Aquarius, but if we want to get technical with it, the Queen of Swords represents Libra. But also, Libra, what this is saying for you is, don't let anybody tell you what unconditional love is supposed to look like. Cut all that shit out that keeps you away from accepting this cup from us. Please. No holds barred. No need for a discussion. It's quite simple. It really is that simple, Libra. Does this block me from accepting unconditional love and accepting myself unconditionally and loving myself unconditionally? Or does it not? And if the answer to the question is, yes, this blocks me from accepting unconditional love, there is no other choice but to cut that shit out of your life. No matter who or what it is. Okay? Point blank. Point blank, period. All right, Libra? Okay, so we're gonna move on to the second half of your reading, but I'm gonna take that over to Patreon. If you would like to get in on that, there is a separate tier on Patreon, $5 a month. You get access to all of the second half of your Spirit monthly messages for all of the signs and in perpetuity. Like, you get all of the current ones and you get access to all the previous ones. It's just $5 a month. If you would like to follow me on Patreon and do the full subscription, which is $7 a month right now, you get all of the second half of the monthly Spirit messages, plus all the love readings, and at this point, all the other stuff that I do on Patreon right now. Okay? So with that said, I'm going to go over there. If I don't see you on Patreon, I thank you so very much for being here. If you'd like a private reading with me, please don't hesitate to email me. All of the information is in the description box below. But also, I look forward to connecting with you again for our next reading for the month of August. Yeah? Take care. Mwah. Bye.